finally got decent work, about 30 minutes on a truck setup for Atlanta here for our race 2 and our first truck season in career mode, and let's go ahead and qualify here. Actually, sorry about that. That's practice. We need to go to next session. We actually finished 5th in our first race at Daytona, even though we had a killer setup. We said it was half a second faster than number 1 on the daily. Fastest lap I've ran with this setup so far was like a 30.1. So, see what we can do here.
Time to go.
So I'm on a wheel, guys. I'm on a T150. So if these setups do not work for you, I'm gonna make sure my steering radius is down to 180. Okay, there we go. Sorry. Main thing you will have to do, because I'm on a wheel if you're on a controller, is change the wheel lock. You might have to go down, up, probably, I would think on a controller down. The lower your wheel lock, the less sensitive it is, the higher it is, the more sensitive it is.
Qualifying, make it count.
I'm sure, like I said, you could tweak this setup and make it probably even faster. I literally spent about 20 minutes on it, pretty much. Put my cup set up in my truck, made a few changes to the gears, a few little minor changes.
Let's see where that puts you.
So let's see, 30.3, gonna put us 4th. Not bad. Not the pole either. Let's see, Stuart Friesen with the pole at a 30.0. Okay. So with a few tweaks, like I said, I ran a 30.101, I think, was my fastest lap with this setup. I did not spend a whole lot of time making it, but I'm mainly trying to help the new guys out that don't have any setups, you know, all they can run sliders. I was that guy at one time, and I'm still not one of the fastest guys. You know, I'd say I'm top 100 on the game, let's put it that way. I did finish 40th at Daytona in the per league qualifying. That was my best finish. I finished in the top 100 at ISM as well, but only like 90th. I think I finished like actually like 101st at Charlotte. I mean, I was right there on the bubble to be at the top 100 every track, but I still can't hang with those guys like Smoke Fan and Slade and Fluffy. Them guys are just a few tenths faster than me. But let's go ahead and get into the race here. Let's see if we can cut a 105 speed rating. That's the main thing, is trying to get a 105 speed rating at every track and provide everybody with a 105 speed rating for every track, every series. So, Stuart Friesen dominated all weekend. Like, yeah, he's 2-3 tenths faster than everybody. So that's going to be my main competition today. It's only our second race in the truck series in the career mode. Let's see what happens. Let's give her a run. I like running my first and second gear a little higher, just because you get really good restarts.
Still there. Stay high.
17 laps.
Still there.
Let's looks like my main objective is going to be staying with Friesen for this race. He's got a good truck, it looks like. Well, I wanted to draft off of him there.
Still there?
He's coming back on the outside.
All clear?
I got 2 races away from winning my first championship in trucks, and I just quit. See career mode, and I said, you know what, I'll go back to career mode and try to help some people out with some setups, and I'll show you at the end of the race. This is exactly the setup that I'm using. The setup I'm giving you guys is my exact setup. Now, if I have a league race, say at NBN, I might try to tweak this setup just to see if, you know, for long runs, to see if I can make the tire wear any better. But right now the tires are wearing dead even. To me, that's one of the most important things, that your right sides wear dead even. You don't want your right rear or your right front burning up faster than the other. That means something's a little off. So you know if your right sides are wearing dead even, you're close in the ballpark. Another thing is your gear ratio, guys. You want that thing to be right there on the red line, almost tacking out going in on corner entry. That's where you're going to find your most speed. It feels a little tight to me. Yeah, we're eating up the right front just a little bit, so I could actually loosen this thing up just a hair. My temp's up to 250. We could possibly take a little tape off, but as y'all can see, that fastest lap's a 30.178. And we'll go check the leaderboard to see what that looks like. Oh, getting a little tight. It's Friesen back there saving some tires. He's right there. He's going to give me a good race. Daytona, I accidentally qualified with without a setup. I had to start all the way in the back. It was only a 13-lap race. And we got up to like 3rd and just could not go nowhere. But when I'm making these setups, like I said, I want the tires to wear evenly, because the fall off and speed is pretty bad. So if they're wearing real fast, that means you want to change something in your cambers. Something just ain't quite right. So this is pretty good. We're a little tight because our right fronts in Atlanta, it will eat tires up quick.
You got room. You're clear.
So we're actually not bad. 74, 76 is not bad at all. Let's see. We got about 9 laps to go. What's our fuel situation? We got plenty of fuel. I do got it on 2 times wear, so we got 30.3, probably going to be our fastest time of the race. But like I said, in an online public lobby with this, you might even run a 30 flat with the right draft. I hit that 30.1 with no draft, so maybe even a 29.9 with this setup.
Got one inside. You got room.
Like I said, this is mainly for the new guys, man, that, you know, just got Heat 3. They don't mess with custom setups because they don't know what does what, how to make them. And I'll be honest, I'm still learning. I read 442's setup guide, and that helped me out a lot. But at the end of the race, I will give y'all a little something y'all should write down. It's what your tire adjustments do. Like right now, I'm tight on exit, so I'll tell y'all, you know, if you drop your right front, put more in the right rear. Me and Friesen have just left the whole field. he could be saving. I've noticed the computer can make tires last longer than I can.
Car there on the outside.
We done fell off a whole second from tire wear, so
Clear all around.
let's roll the corners a little more. Yeah, tires are actually wearing pretty good. Like I said, I could take one click of wedge, I would think, out of the setup, and it'd be perfect. After the race, I will give everybody the setup.
5 laps to go.
It's a 105 speed rating. It should be. I wouldn't see why it wouldn't be. And some tracks are hard to get 105s. Some tracks aren't. But I think they said 5 to go, so we're looking at 4 to go when we hit the line here. Got to hold freezing off for 4 more laps, and we're going to get our first truck win. Would have got it at Daytona, but like I said, I qualified pretty much on a default, not even a slider setup. It was just whatever the computer gives you as a setup before you make any adjustments. It was pretty rough. Let's protect that bottom. Protect that bottom. It seemed to be a little tight on exit. So there's 2 things we could do there. We could take a little wedge out, or we could go up on our right rear track bar. I'll show you guys that when we get into the setup. Friesen, man, he is really, he wants this win bad. But yeah, we're a little tight, and I'd rather be a little tight than a little loose, because right about now the rear end will start kicking out behind you. So 2 laps, and we're going to get our first Truck Series win in career mode. And he's falling off, it looks like, quite a bit back there, or he's either trying to get a big run on top side on me. Yeah, he's trying to get a big run on top side. This race ain't over. He'd get me on the last lap if I ain't careful. Protect that bottom. Don't want to get down there in the butter. You hit that yellow line, that's the butter. Yeah. You're up or right. Yeah, Friesen wants us bad. I'm actually impressed with I got the AI set as hard as I possibly go. Oh boy. I had to let off a little because it got tight. Man, I'd love to catch these guys draft up here just so I think we got him. As long as we hold the bottom here in turn 3 and 4, we're going to get our first Truck Series win. Hopefully a 105 speed rating, and get you guys a great setup, man. That's pretty awesome. Like I said, yeah, 105 speed rating, guys. That's all I'm trying to give out. I'm not trying to give y'all no junk. I'm trying to give y'all something to where y'all can, if y'all got a league race, you know, the main thing, if it's ×1, ×2, ×3, where this is a ×2 setup, there's a few things you could do. Oh, I didn't do my burnout. Forgot to do my burnout. So let's see, we made 30 grand. I like watching a little bit of the replay just to see how my truck looks compared to everybody else, how stable the line I'm holding and everything. So now I actually got the points lead over Sheldon Creed by a few points. We both got a win. Now I will go ahead and tell you there will be a few tracks that I probably won't be able to get a 105 speed rating. There's a couple tracks in this game that it's just tough. But got our first win. Like I said, haven't completed but 1 season in late models. So we had the fastest lap of a 30.3. Like I said, y'all seen that I ran 30.1 with it, but I honestly think the setup would the right draft, the right people, you might be able to hit a 29.9. And I want to go. We're gonna go after I show you guys the setup. Go check out where that would stand on the leaderboard for today. I do this in career mode because if online lately, man, the servers have been lagging pretty good. And you can't never trust the people that you're racing with. So, like, if I make a public lobby, somebody is liable to take me out. It's just the way it goes. So I do it against the computer. And I will show you guys my settings, what I'm using for settings, so y'all know that I'm not. Let's see. Video message.
Just won your first race. That is awesome. Go party, but don't party too hard. We're racing next weekend.
I wish I could party, buddy. I'm on lockdown. That's pretty cool.
Your first NASCAR win.
NASCAR win!
That's pretty cool. I don't know who Clay Greenfield is really, but that's pretty cool that he had his kid involved there. Let's see, Anthony Alfredo. Watch this video here.
First NASCAR win. Congratulations.
If everybody does not know who that is the guy that actually, his stream is the one that caught what Kyle Larson said. I have no comment on that. Just gonna stay politically correct. I do believe the punishment's a little bit hard, but that is a word that you do not use. Just gonna, I guess, no comment on it. Like I said, we got momentum, guys. This is my opinion on the deal. There was no ill will, and don't seem like behind the comment. You know, I could see if like him and Bubba Wallace had gotten to a wreck and he was like, hey, you, and said that word. But that wasn't the case, man. Alright. He said, you know, he's trying to get a hold of a spotter to see if a spotter could hear him. Alright, I want y'all to see what my career mode, what I'm using here. We got difficulty set to expert. As y'all can see, everybody knows expert's as hard as you can get it. Manual transmission, brake smoothing on high, car identifiers, position and name, I don't even know, but status adds any special indicators such as rival or friend. Didn't even know you could do that. Career AI difficulty on legend. I like running with them on legend because you actually get a really good draft. Damage, I have it on light damage, 13% race wear, normal tire wear, normal. Quick qualify. Alright, driving, expert mode, that's where you want it. You don't want no driving assist, none of that on, because it makes you slower. You may get, you know, you might be able to go through the corner perfectly, but on the straightaways you're losing 5 miles an hour. So for the guys that try these setups, I'm like, man, why can't I run the same time the roofer's running? Well, you got to run these same exact setups. And this is what I use on my wheel right here. Paddle shifter, I'm on a wheel. Clutch, I use my clutch even though I don't have a stick shift. It still works to save gas. I do not mash the clutch to shift gears, but 2 clips above halfway on my effect. Impact effects off, centering spring on. Steering dead zone, 1 click up. Range, dead middle. Steering sensitivity, dead middle. Brake sensitivity, 1 click up. Throttle sensitivity, all the way down. And I'll tell you why I run my throttle sensitivity all the way down. Like today, I got invited to a tryout to run for a league that is going to be paying out $1,500 in an 8-race season. It was tryouts, like I said, and I need to get you guys this Solana set up, my bad. Anyways, everything was, let's go quick race. Gander Outdoor Stores, Truck Series, Atlanta. Let's see, we won our first race out of 6. I had not realized I even raced 6 times there. But like I said, we ran Atlanta, Richmond, and Sonoma. Richmond and Sonoma, I had my throttle sensitivity all the way down, and whenever I got back on the gas, like at Richmond, my tires started getting a little worn. The rear end, it wants to kick around. Well, I can tell you, there in Sonoma, if you have your throttle sensitivity up to halfway, and you barely get on the throttle a little too hard, guess what, guys? You're going to spin out every time. Bristol, Martinsville, all the short tracks, all the road courses, you run your throttle sensitivity all the way down, and you can get back on corner exit. You can romp it. So I run it that way everywhere now. All right, let's get into the setup now, and a few things that I think. Hey, this is not my setup. Are we at Atlanta? This is not the setup I just used in career mode, guys. I do want to see something real quick though. Let's go hit a couple practice laps, and this might be the setup that I ran a 30.8 or 1 with. If it's faster than what I just ran, the 30.3, yeah, I'll give you both of them. The reason why I give you guys the setups at the end of the race is because if not, you guys would probably just, you wouldn't even watch the video, you'd get the setup, you wouldn't subscribe. I want you guys to if y'all can, share, help me out, get some subscribers here, man. I've actually worked my butt off on getting a setup for every cup track and Xfinity track, and now I'm taking those setups and putting them in the truck series because I'm fixing to be running with NBN in their trucks and another series lead that I run in. But let's see if this setup right here is faster than the one I just used, and I can give y'all both of them. Ooh.
Looking inside now.
I changed my steering radius on my wheel. Sorry guys, I wanted to make sure I was in 180. I'm on a T150. I like to run on 180 to 270. That's one flash with 2 flashes. Aha, this is a 3-gear setup here. So different gearing. So this setup might actually be faster, guys.
Stay low, stay low.
I will know in 1 second, even though I didn't get a draft in the other race. It feels real tight to me. See how it's bouncing around? I think my other setup is going to be a lot better. We'll see. We're going to do a couple test laps. Oh, yeah, we got damage. So let's restart real quick. I should have just gave you guys. I didn't know it was going to do that.
Okay, get back in there. Let's go.
I figured I could just go back and show you guys the setup, but I forgot the quick race setup and the career setup are different. And I just put this setup in. I didn't realize I had an Atlanta truck setup, to be honest. But this would be your 3-gear option. So there'll be 2 different gearings here. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it in 3rd. I think a little faster in 3rd. Yeah, it's super tight. I think the setup that I'm gonna give you guys, I'll give you both, but I don't think this is gonna be as fast as the one I just used. I will check the tire wear out, see how they're wearing. That's important. Yeah, 30.7. other one was running through. See how it's bottoming out like it is? Yeah. Garbage setup. Well, not garbage. I wouldn't say. I like the 3-gear ratio idea, but the bumps and rebounds being at 5 on a bumpier track, you want to run higher bumps and rebounds. So I don't even. Yeah, 30.8. Okay. This is not a setup you want to use now. This, if you guys. Okay. If you guys want to write those gear ratios down to have a 3-gear ratio that you can save in 4th gear, be free. But I'm fixing to actually put in the setup that I just used in the career mode, and I'll take it back out for another lap so y'all can see. Okay. Sorry guys, I'm looking on my phone for my setup. I have to take a picture. What I do is I go to Quick Race on Xfinity, take a picture of my setup, and then I go in, put it in my truck, make a few changes. Okay. 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7. Like I said, higher numbers, like Auto Club, Atlanta, the bumpier the track, the higher numbers. Now Daytona, like tracks that are smooth, low numbers are good. Like I use 3, 4, all the way down to smooth tracks. But 54.2 on the left weight. Front wedge is actually a 51.2. Our front weight is 51.2. Our wedge is a 50.5 is what I just used, but I think a 50.4. Remember how it was tight? We were eating the right front up a little bit. I think 54.4 will be better. Springs. Stiff front springs keeps your front end from bouncing. You know, you always want stiff front springs. Not necessarily at every track, but 90% of the tracks I race at, 1200 is what I use. Now, a 450, 500 on the rear, you don't usually want any more than a 50-pound spread between your left and your right. Now, this is where I found the key in tire pressures. You can get a lot of speed out of having the right tire pressures. 22 on your left front. Y'all are going to think this is a little silly, but 60, guys. So you want a 2260 and a 2259 on your tires. 2260. Now a 2259. And this is something, cambers is one of the most important keys to this whole thing. I like running a 2.2 over a negative 1.8. Seems like that is pretty good on 3 times wear. I use a 1.585 sway bar, 1150 on my front track bar, and 1250 on my right track bar. And brake bias at 60. Rotate 45, wheel lock 8. If you're on a controller, you might have to change that. Let's get down here to gearing. 315, and this is all for takeoff purposes, first and second. Get a really good jump. Let's see, 205, 145. 100. I changed something here because this is an Xfinity setup that I changed a little bit. I'm trying to think, what did I change? Let's try this out real quick. Alright, yes, save. Yes, just so I can know if it's a 325 or a 333. Alright. Save, yes, back. Continue practice. Alright. Go right here and hit a 30.3, 30.2.
Okay, get back in there. Let's go.
You'll know that's a setup that I just used. Oh. I don't want to make this video very long, so I'm probably only going to run like 2 laps just to show y'all. And we'll see if the tires are wearing evenly like we want them to. Hold that bottom nice and tight. You don't even really have to lift here until you start getting a little tire wear. Probably run one more lap. 30.1. See? Told y'all this is a much better setup. Look, I'm way faster than anything we ran in the race, so this proves to you guys I'm not giving y'all fake setups, nothing like that. These aren't even base setups. These are fully maxed out what I use setups. I honestly think this setup will run a 29.9 with the right group of guys with the draft lift. We're going to be close right here. See? Oh, 30, almost best lap ever right there, guys. Alright, I am happy with that. Alright, we'll go back to the garage. Look at that. 30.047, almost ran that 29.9. Like I said, if I was drafting off of somebody that had the same setup, 29.9s all day. So one more time, let y'all look at that. See Atlanta setup right there. And while we're at the video, you guys write it, get a pen down out, and always keep this in front of you. Alright. Let's say you want to loosen your car up on exit. You go up on your right front. That loosens your car on exit. Down on your right front tightens your car on exit. Up on your right rear tightens your car on exit. Down on the right rear loosens your car on short runs, but it gets tighter as the run goes on. So then up on your left front, it tightens your car. Down on your right front, left front, loosens your car. So left rear, up on your left rear, looser on exit, but it's tighter in the middle. So down on your left rear, looser at the start of a run, but tighter, it tightens up on the long run. So I keep that tire pressure chart in front of me at every race. Custom, just so I know it changes. If my car is getting tight in the middle of a run, or if it's getting loose, I know what adjustments to make. But let's go see where this this setup, or this time, how we would have looked on the daily with it. I'm cancel. Let me make sure I save this. I do not want to lose this setup. Save, yes. I'm actually at 30 point flat, man. I beat my all-time record. I'm really happy with that. Quit. Confirm. I just want to go check and see on the daily or the weekly where we would have stood. I do know there is guys that I'm sure that run 29s in the trucks. So, but like I said, this right here is going to make you immediately pretty fast. Alright, let's go back. Alright, let's go back and see where that time would have put us on the daily. 30.043 is what we just ran with this setup. So let's see what that would have done if we would have ran that online in the daily. Let's see, let's go to the leaderboards. Fastest lap. Gander Outdoor Series. Atlanta, look at that, guys. I'd be number 1 on the daily right now, and I didn't even really draft off of anybody. The setup I'm giving you guys would be number 1 right now on the daily by a tenth, and let's see if it would have qualified for the weekly. Yes, right. Well, I'm 1,000th off a tenth on the weekly with the setup I just gave you guys. So, like I said, with the right draft, you probably run 29/8 with this setup. I'm actually impressed at how well this setup come out. I gave you guys a really good one here. Let's see. What's our next race here? Drebin. I'll probably stop this video just so I can make another video for Drebin for the setup. I'm going to give everybody a setup for every track. From trucks to... So this is our Atlanta truck setup video. I'll be back in probably 10 minutes with a Drebin video. So thank you guys for tuning in to Dirty South. I'll be back in like 10 minutes. I'm going to give everybody a setup for every truck series track, every Xfinity series track, every cup track, every dirt track. So I just don't want to get them mixed up so people can just find them. You know, like I said, I explained a lot in this video, so whoever just tuned in, go back, check it out. If you're new, you need help with setups, man, I got you. I just literally gave out a setup that would probably put me, if I go into an online lobby with this setup and found an Atlanta truck race, I can almost guarantee you I can get like up to about 5th on the weekly, and with the setup that I just gave everybody. So from Dirty South Racing, I'll be back in about 10 minutes with the Drebin setup, guys. Hope this helps, guys. Like I said, for about 6 months, when I first started running NASCAR Heat 3, I had to figure all this out on my own. Wasn't very competitive. Guy at Avery Jarrett, AJ Storm, and from the back kind of took me underneath their wings and started helping me out. And I know there's a lot of people homebound right now that just don't even mess with custom racing because they're just intimidated by custom setups. And I've got to where I can almost make one in about 10 minutes now, man. So, like I said, man, I'm actually really proud how this setup come out. We just almost laid down like one of the fastest laps on the weekly with it. So I hope you guys enjoy, man, and y'all share this, man. Everybody, get them up to speed, and if y'all can, please subscribe to Dirty South. I'm doing this just to get some subscribers, not doing it for money. I got over $20-something thousand check coming tomorrow, actually, for one of my settlements. I'm not doing this for money to get views. I'm doing this to help people out. So, but I would like to have some more subscribers on my channel. So if y'all can share, I'd greatly appreciate it. But like I said, this is gonna make you one of the top people at Atlanta in trucks right off rip. But thank you guys for tuning in. I'll be back in about 10-15 minutes with the Drebin video. God bless. Stay safe. See y'all here soon.